Welcome to the channel, guys. Another rig build today. Going to do an up and over wishbone. I've got one already made here. Awfully fiddly things. Just to show you, I will do another build and I'll scale it right down to make it easier to watch and understand what I'm doing. If I can get this all untangled. As I said, it is awfully fiddly. Should have been more prepared. How can you undo a knot and it still be knotted? Yeah. So how it works is, right, where's that gone? Sorry about the flapping a bit. Hooks clip into this bit here, like so. This bit comes down to here. I'll straighten it all out. Oh. As I said, it is a fiddly one, especially when it's not connected to your main line. So yeah, your hooks are hooked in here at your weight. It comes up over, connects to your main line here. When it hits the bottom, obviously it releases and you're left with that on the bottom. This is why it's called the wishbone. It's because you've got the two hooks that are separated, and when you've got the three parts, it looks a bit like a wishbone. But yeah, you get your two hooks up to your swivel, your snood, and then up to your rig body. But yeah, I'll get that out of the way and I will start making one. Starting off with the wishbone part. I'll cut this about here. Again, a lot of people will do this in 100 different ways to 100 different sizes using 100 different things, but this is just a quick, easy way that I do now and then. Start off with your hook. This is just a 40-pound Arsenal Classic to use as a what's the word I'm looking for? Hook snood. It doesn't need to be 40, but normally it's a lot lighter. But yeah, hook. I couldn't tell you what hook sizes these are. They're just two hooks, not even the same hooks that are lying about, just for the purpose of doing this video. So you need two crimps. These are from Arnold hooks. So you put on one crimp, I'll go for 2 beads, just about being so small. The swivel, this connects to your other part of your rig body. 2 beads. And a crimp. And then hook on the side. again, I'm trying to scale this down as much as possible just to make it easier to see what's going on. But yeah, you should have 2 hooks, 1 on each side, beads, and your crimps. So what you want to do is get your 2 hooks and find the middle of this wee snood. Just about there. Push your beads up against your swivel and crimp that down. Remembering to crimp in the middle of your crimps, because if you crimp too close to the edge, you run the risk of cutting your line. And it's important to try and get this as close to the middle as absolutely possible, because both these hooks have to get clipped down in the same clip. So if one's longer or one's shorter or vice versa, they'll just not sit right. So that's the first part. Your 2 hooks coming up to your crimp on each side, 2 beads, and then your swivel to your line. These beads are purely just to help these 2 snoods kick out a bit and cause the U. But that's the first part done. Second part, you need a main rig body. So greased weasel, I'll use about, guesstimation, that much. It's probably not long enough, but it'll do. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm getting tested today. So to start this off, the same as if you watch my other up and over rig, this part is the same. Weight clip at the top. Get that tied on. Remember to lube these up. I've not really been doing them in the video because I don't feel it's that important. Just because I'm not fishing with them, but I should be showing you to do it because it is important, because if you don't, it will cause a weak point. This part is optional. I like to add this. This is going to your main line, hence why it's upside down. You can just attach your main line straight to the top of that, but I prefer to add the extra swivel. I forgot to say your weight clips are going to have the kick out part, and I'll show you again why in a wee while. Bead. Other weight clip just through the top. Bead. And then to top it, swivel on this end. But that's 2 parts of a 3-part rig done. As I said, this one's a wee bit more complicated than the rest of the ones that I've done on the channel so far. So I'm hoping I'm explaining it better and I'm not faffing a bit. But yeah, that's your main rig body. You've got your swivel coming down, you've got bead, your weight clip for your actual weight, bead, and then your weight clip and swivel to your main line. And this is where it starts getting complicated, because you need a bit of line that comes from here, connects to here, via going up and over this clip. So I'll just take a length of this ASO Classic off at what I think might be long enough. It's probably too long. And what I normally do is I tie it on here. 3, 4, 5. The knot's the same knot as I use in all my other videos as well. You'll get a better rundown of the up and over on the actual up and over video. Again, this is just to show you a quick rundown of the wishbone. So it comes up, over, up, over and back down like that. So you have to take a rough guide at how much to cut off. So I'm going to cut about here. Watch me cock it up. This then gets tied onto the bit you done at the start, your actual wishbone. 2, 3, Again, remember to lube these a wee bit. But that's it, that's the rig. I'll run it backwards or forwards, it depends which way you look at it. But you get your wishbone looking like a wishbone. There's 2 hooks, up to 2 crimps, well, a crimp on each side, 2 beads, swivel. I don't know what you would call this, because if that's your hook snoods, it's just a snood coming up to your swivel there, to your main body, to 2 beads and your weight link floating a bit, to your weight link and your swivel to your main line. So make sure these bits are down at the bottom. It comes up over the one at the top. This is where it starts falling apart and becoming fiddly. The 2 hooks. Into here. Might actually be easier to do it this way. Bear with me. I did say it was fiddly. So your 2 hooks come in and they both hook into there. This is the one that would be holding your weight. So they hold into there. Like so. Up. And over here. So yeah. Let's just come off. Anyway, so it sits like that, all hooked down. So when you cast out, weight hits the bottom, they get pulled about in the current. This bit goes up to your main line, and this will be nailed to the ground with your weight, so this will be free to swell a bit. But yeah, sorry for another higgledy-piggledy video. Feels a wee bit rushed and I feel like I could explain it a wee bit better. But we'll go with that just now. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. If you could give the video a wee like and the channel subscribe, it would be appreciated. Thank you very much.